Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So you know when I tell you guys that hard work pays off? Well, it happened to a buddy of mine. That's Brian from the APEX Detail YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys know him. He's been detailing cars for over 30 years now, does tremendous detailing tutorials and videos. And well, his dreams came true because he worked super hard in partnership with Art2Shine to come out with his own lineup of products which we'll be diving into today. And that is the APEX Surface Protection detailing line of products. More specifically, we'll be applying this metal oxide coating. It is a one-layer professional grade coating that anybody can purchase that will last from 3 to 5 years. So tremendous technology in there, a lot of thought and effort and work. He's been testing this for a very long time and released this in April of 2021 along with a bunch of other products. So I'm happy that he decided to sponsor this video today. And of course, well, you're gonna see why it's awesome. I'm applying this to my own parents' brand new SUV. And as you guys probably saw in one of my recent videos, I explained why it's important to start protecting and detailing a brand new car as soon as you get it. And well, today is a testament to that. So yeah, it's going to be a jam-packed episode. We're going to show, of course, all the tips and tricks and how to properly apply this. You're going to see the results are tremendous. And of course, we're going to talk about the rest of the products in the lineup. So jam-packed episode, you know the drill by now. Without further ado, stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start the show. So hey guys, I'm Pan, welcome to the show. I hope you guys are having a great day, so let's dig right into it. But before we go ahead and do so, if you're new to my channel and you want to continue to learn more about car detailing, all the products, equipment, tips, tricks, and techniques, make sure that you click the subscribe button that's found under this video. And that way you'll subscribe to my channel and never miss my future videos. And also hit the notifications icon, that's that bell icon, and that will alert you every time I upload a new video to YouTube so you can be the first one to watch the video. Also, don't worry, like in all my videos, I'll include the links to the products, the tools, and the equipment that we use today in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So as I said, today we're looking into the APEX Surface Protection line of detailing products. And well, buddy Brian from the APEX Detail YouTube channel has been running a professional shop. He has over 30 years of experience in the detailing world, and he decided to partner up with none other than Art2Shine. They're from Singapore, and they produce some absolutely amazing products that I myself have been testing in their lineup. And so he came out with his own bespoke lineup of products that, well, they worked very closely on, and they have their own chemists. So Brian was able to formulate this for his needs and wants. More specifically, because he lives in Pennsylvania, he has a lot of hard water issues where he lives. So he decided to develop a lineup of coatings that are not as prone to water spotting thanks to the technology that's in there. So if I look at this one specifically, let me give you the close-up here. So this is the metal oxide coating. So what is this? Basically, it's a professional grade ceramic coating. It's a one-layer application. Thank you. No more of those 3, 5, 10 layers of ceramic coatings. More and more smart brands now are coming out with one-layer coatings, and I absolutely value that. You're going to get 3 to 5 years of protection, of course, depending on environment, conditions, and all that kind of stuff. Maintenance regimen. We're going to touch on that a bit later. But I'll be able to follow this closely because I decided to apply this to none other than my parents' own brand new SUV, which you're going to see in this video. So that's a testament to how good this is. I was lucky enough to be able to test this for a little while now, so it was kind of cool to get to dive into these products and get to know them. And I gave Brian my feedback because obviously feedback is king. So these are pro-grade products, but you as consumers can purchase them. And if you want to become a certified installer of this, he also offers certification. He offers, if you're a professional detailer, also some help in sales and marketing, and of course will guide you through this. You can have mentorship and of course get to discuss with him, but all that info again, I'll drop in the description under the video. Today we're focusing on the products. So you're going to see the application of this. Brian was very adamant on making these very easy and quick to apply. So traditional ceramic coatings need 24 to 48 hours of curing time with no exposure to water or rain once you're done applying them. Well, this one here, the metal oxide, only needs 10 to 12 hours of curing. You're going to apply one of the selection of 2 toppers, which is a cool new technology, and that's a twist, because depending on your preference for hydrophobic properties, You can use the topper, which is called Rehydra Sheet. So obviously, as the name states, this is a product that will help to sheet water. So if you have hard water issues where you live or you're scared of getting any water spots, this is the way to go because it's going to sheet water off very quickly. Or the other one, if you're like me and you love beads, well, you're going to use Rehydra Bead. So this one here, as the name states, once again, is going to make more beading hydrophobics. Of course, you're going to get great gloss, great slickness, chemical resistance. You're going to get durability because we're talking here 3 to 5 years. Of course, time will tell, right? These are new products. So as I'm applying this to my parents' vehicle, I'm going to be able to follow this through the years and get back to you on real world durability. There's also, because of the metal oxides that are in there, once again, let me show you this here. So there's some zinc oxide and ATO. Those are the metal oxides. So there's a ceramic base, SiO2 base, and he added the metal oxides. Why? Well, to help with heat dispersion and heat rejection. So it fights off the minerals by also fighting the sun's damaging UVA, UVB rays, and also infrared. And this helps to dissipate the heat, lowering the surface temperature. And that way, well, the water has less of a tendency to heat up, and all that mineral buildup that gets left behind when the water evaporates, that creates water spotting issues, right? Or that mineral deposit streaking that can etch through the clear coat if left unattended. So this is supposed to fight that off. So you get the self-cleaning properties as well of coatings, meaning that the vehicle is going to be a lot easier to clean and wash during the maintenance washes, the gloss, and the slickness. I know we say that about a lot of products, but there are some that stand out, and this one definitely fits that bill. So the next thing is the trim, plastic trim coating, so appropriately called trim. This one here is 1 to 2 years of protection. And although you can apply the metal oxide to pretty much all the exterior hard surfaces, so to paintwork, wheels, plastics, headlights, and taillights, Brian still developed this trim specific coating for exterior plastics because it's made a bit thinner and it's made to penetrate the pores of the plastics even more, and it's going to help protect them again for those 1 to 2 years. And to maintain this, pretty simple, you're going to use Rehydra Bead, so the topper, to replenish the protection when you're doing your maintenance washes, and that's pretty much it. And also another novelty in his lineup, he has the One. So this one here, as the name states, this is a ceramic coating, SiO2 based, but this is 1 year of protection minimum. So according to Brian, it can go up to 2 or 3 years. Of course, again, depending on conditions, environment, maintenance regimen. Is it a weekend car? Is it a daily driver? Does it stay outside all the time, or is it garage kept? Those kinds of things. But you should get at least 1 year of this. This is even easier to apply, if it can be any easier, because I mean, this was fantastically easy to apply. The kit, by the way, of the metal oxide coating comes with a dropper. They also supplied microsuede applicator in the kit that you can see here. And you can drop that precise line on your microsuede applicator, and he likes that even more. This, by the way, the price goes a long way, right guys? Because in this bottle here, you can coat 3 to 4 average sized cars. So a little goes a long way, and I barely used not even a quarter on my parents' SUV, and there's still a bunch left in there. If I remember, he said this is a 2-ounce bottle, or roughly 50 mil. So you're getting a lot for your money. And by the way, yes, these metal bottles, so nothing to be scared of dropping this on the floor if it does happen, instead of the bottle shattering and you losing your precious investment in that coating. Well, all you're gonna get is maybe a few dings or dents, and that's it. I love that they use this kind of a packaging. So once again, the application is fantastic, and I know you guys are really wanting me to dig into it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and start that tutorial. All right, guys, so it's the moment we've all been waiting for. We will be applying the metal oxide coating from APEX Surface Protection. So as we said, this is a 3 to 5 year coating. And what we did for the preparation steps, we initially did a pre-treatment with Power Clean from Optimum Polymer Technologies, diluted 3 to 1 directly on the paint. So to lift any dirt, contamination, any oils as well. We had asked the dealership that they do not apply any waxes or sealants on the paint, and they respected our requests. So it was already squeaky clean, but we still needed to thoroughly clean and decontaminate the surface. So after that pre-treat, we went ahead and did a washing of the vehicle. So we used the McKee's 37 Coating Prep Auto Wash. So basically a stripping shampoo, again, to remove any traces of older waxes or paint sealants that might be on there. So just a further step to cleanse the paintwork. Then we went ahead and did a chemical decontamination using an iron remover. So in this case, once again, the McKee's 37 Extreme Iron Remover. So this is going to remove any brake dust and embedded, brake dust or contamination that's in the paintwork. Now, always feel the surface to see if it needs claying. This vehicle being brand new, was delivered yesterday. There was no real contamination left in the paintwork. So if you can avoid claying, don't do it. Only clay when you need it. It also didn't have any imperfections, swirls, or scratches. So to preserve the clear coat, because my parents keep their vehicle for many, many years, there wasn't any polishing necessary. But I still went ahead and did an IPA wipe or a paint prep using McKee's 37 Ceramic Series prep spray. So this is basically kind of an IPA, alcohol-based products, to remove, again, any oils or residue. So the paint now, I can't even move my fingers. There's no slipperiness, no slickness left. That's a sign that there's no protection. There was no sheeting, no beading of water as well. So that's a visual indicator that you have a contaminant-free surface and that it's also free of any previous protection. If your car has any oxidation, swirls, or scratches, you might want to polish the surface, of course, before doing the paint prep, so that's why it'll be perfected and look as glossy as it can. So now is the time to apply the coating itself. So metal oxide coating, it comes in this aluminum bottle. You can do 3 to 4 medium-sized cars with one bottle, so a little goes a long way. Always shake your product beforehand. So in the kit, you'll get a dropper as well. So you pick some of the liquid up and we're going to prime the pad. So you're going to apply one straight line when it's already primed, but what we'll do for here, since it's the first time we prime the pad, we'll do 3 lines. All right, so we'll set that aside. Always work in a well-ventilated space. If you have a garage with proper ventilation, or wear a mask, of course. Always wear gloves, guys, when you're working with chemicals. And talking to Brian from APEX, he suggested that I do straight lines. So what we'll be doing, we're not going to do a cross hatch. You can if you want to, but he said optimally, you want to do just straight lines, lightly overlapping. So it goes on like butter. And the coating itself, if you're working in conditions like me, so a controlled environment, 40 to 45% humidity, and a temperature of roughly 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to leave the coating on the surface for roughly 90 seconds. So that's the optimal window. If you're working in hotter conditions, say 25 degrees Celsius, that must be like close to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, then it's going to decrease the waiting time. So you might have to decrease that to roughly 45 to 50 seconds. So adjust accordingly. But now we'll be leaving this on for roughly 90 seconds. So as you saw, I had time to do pretty much the entire half section of the hood. And so it will be flashing. This one here, though, does not give any rainbowing. So don't worry if you don't see any rainbowing, but you can see it kind of flashing away. So the carrier solvent is slowly evaporating. So what we have next is basically 2 towels. So we're going to have the first towel for the initial wipe. So basically, you're not buffing, just so we're clear with terms. When you're applying ceramic coatings, you are leveling the coating. So you're making sure you're getting even coverage with the first towel and removing the bulk of the carriers that are in there. And then you come in with the second clean and dry microfiber towel to give that final buff. So to make sure you get no streaks or no high spots and you get a perfect and even application. So at this point now, it should be roughly a minute and a half that we're into this. So we're going to take our first towel and we're going to start wiping. So these ones here from Autofiber are their quadrant towels. They're numbered. So each side has a number so you don't forget where you were. And we're going to start wiping away. And you're going to immediately tell how easy the wipe off is, guys. So it goes on like butter and goes off like butter as well. Brian had told me how easy this was to apply. It was a big important factor for him was the ease of application and of course the efficiency, because this is a 1-layer coating. So you don't have to apply multiple coats and waste time. So if you're a weekend warrior or a car detailing enthusiast, perfect, you're going to be done in no time. But if you're a detailing professional, you're going to be more efficient in your business. Vehicles are out quicker and you're good to go. So we take our second clean and dry microfiber towel now, and we're going to do the final buff. Once again, this is very, very easy. It's always nice when you work with quality products that are simple to use. So this was it. We're going to move now to the other side to do the second half of the hood. So you saw how simple this was here. And now we're going to do the second half of the hood. So you guys are going to be able to judge how much you can do in that minute and a half. So without me talking on camera, typically I can do 2 sections. So I'll apply to 2 sections at a time, either the entire hood or the front fender and the front door, for example, and then move on to start to level the coating itself. So once again, you can do the cross hatch pattern if you want, so up and down and left to right, but in this case I'm following Brian's recommendations, which is to just do straight lines with just a little bit of overlap. So you look at the product on the surface, you let that 90-second window go, so I can see it starting to flash a little bit. So it's not going to give that rainbowing effect. So just be careful when you're looking at it to make sure that you're in that optimal time and those optimal conditions. And we're going to be good to start leveling. So now I move on to quadrant number 2. So another clean and dry side, and I will start leveling the coating. So again, you're removing the bulk of the carrier solvents that are in there, that are flashing away. And it's important to let the cure time, so this one is actually quicker. The majority of coatings need 24 to 48 hours to cure, but this one here, after 10 to 12 hours of curing, you're good to apply the topper before you go outside in the elements. And once you apply your choice, as you're going to see, of Rehydra bead or Rehydra sheet, depending on if you want more of a sheeting topper or a beading topper, that's up to you to decide. Well, you will apply that, and after 10 to 12 hours the coating cures, you apply your topper and you're good to drive the car in the elements. So even if it's raining, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you don't wash the car for 14 days after the coating application, because it still continues its curing process during those 14 days, but you can drive it in the elements, so you're good to go. So this is the second clean and dry towel now, and there we go. So already now it looks very, very glossy. It looks fantastic, and the more it cures, the more that gloss is going to come out, but it looks fantastic on this metallic gray finish. All right, so for vertical panels, the same thing applies. So one nice straight line on your microsuede applicator. And then we're going to apply in nice straight lines. You can coat pretty much all the exterior surfaces with this. So that includes glass, plastics, moldings, side trim, your wheels as well. We're going to be using one of his dedicated coatings for the plastics later, so you'll see that. Then when your applicator starts to become a little bit dry, just take a bit more product and add that on there. It doesn't have any super hard smell. So of course, if this wasn't on video, I'd be wearing a mask just to be on the safe side. So 3 to 5 year coating, do your proper maintenance, and it should be there for a long while. Of course, I'll be following this closely for long-term durability because this is my parents' vehicle, so it'll be nice to see. Just got to make sure we have even coverage here. All right. So now we have our clean and dry microfiber towel. We're going to move to another quadrant. We have our second clean and dry towel as well for the second buff off. So it's been about that minute and a half now, and we're going to start leveling once again. Very, very easy wipe off, guys. So even for the enthusiast, this is a professional grade ceramic coating, but you will be able to apply this even if it's your first time applying a coating. The cool thing about it is that just follow the instructions and this should be a piece of cake. The hardest part for ceramic coatings, guys, by the way, is always the preparation beforehand. So all the prep, the pre-treatment, the washing stage, the decontamination, so chemical decon with iron removers and tar removers if need be, mechanical decontamination with a clay bar, and then machine polishing the surface to perfect it and to remove any oxidation, scratches, or swirls, and then the IPA wipe down or paint prep to remove polishing oils and residue. So once you're done, that's the bulk of the heavy lifting, as we say. The application of the coating itself should be super easy and super smooth, as you saw here. And you could probably get around the car in 20 to 30 minutes, even for a medium-sized vehicle like this. So yeah, once again, the slickness, you can already feel it, and it's gonna be boosted even more once we apply the topper towards the end. All right, so we put another line, and now you can coat the headlights and taillights. So the good thing about doing this is that protective UV coating that's on the headlights and taillights, well, you're going to be increasing the protection, and it's going to prevent the sun's damaging UV rays from oxidizing that surface. You remember all the milky white or yellow headlights that you see over time? Well, that's because the UV protection is getting degraded. So once again, you want to protect that. We're going to let that cure on the surface for roughly 90 seconds, once again, before leveling the coating. All right, so leveling that coating. Come in with your clean and dry secondary buff towel. And there we go. All right, so we're going to apply the metal oxide coating to the wheels as well. So if you have the tools to remove the wheels, you can do the inside barrels as well, but what we're going to be doing here are the wheel faces for the purpose of this demo. So you apply directly on the faces of the wheels. So say for any OEM finish. And the cool thing about coating your wheels, if you've seen my other videos as well, is that they're going to be a lot easier to clean and to maintain during your maintenance washes. So the brake dust is going to have a lot less of a tendency to stick to them. It's going to increase their gloss and shine. Again, prevent them from fading over time. Just going to keep an overall nicer finish. So I'll get into those lug nut bolt holes. So we have that even coverage. All right, so the initial towel for the wipe off. Again, to level, to remove most of the carrier solvents. Same principle applies. Second clean and dry towel for that final buff. And now you have clean, but of course protected wheels. So these are going to look great for a long time and be easier to clean. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take care of the plastic trim on the outside of the vehicle. So you can use the metal oxide coating if you want to. It can go on plastic trim as well. But Brian helped co-develop this with Artishine. It's called Trim. It's a plastic trim coating. So what it's going to do, it's a bit thinner, so it can penetrate the pores of plastics even more and will still give you 1 to 3 years of protection. So we're going to first start, of course, shake your product well. For this application, we're going to put some in the dropper, but we're going to use a small microfiber applicator instead of the microsuede. So it's going to help to work that product in. I find it works better with a little microfiber applicator. So we have some on the pad and you simply directly apply on the trim. And I think you can tell on camera, we're already getting this darker, richer effect. So you work that in, and it's going to give hydrophobic properties and self-cleaning properties. So just like the ceramic coating does on the paint, this will have the same effect for the trim as well, preventing the sun's damaging UV rays from fading and cracking and oxidizing. So it's not going to become chalky white as we often see on plastic trim. And of course, it's going to be a lot easier to clean during your maintenance washes as well, so it gets a lot less dirty over time. And that's the entire purpose of coating your surfaces, guys, is to make maintenance also very easy. So you're not only protecting the surfaces you're applying the products on for many, many years to come, but you're also making them easier to clean and to maintain. So it's a more fun experience as an owner, right? So after a few seconds of curing, you just come in with a clean and dry microfiber towel and you simply wipe off, and that's it. So in a matter of a few minutes, you're going to do the entire trim on your vehicle. So all the plastics, any hard, basically plastic surfaces you can do with this. And there you go. It leaves a nice OEM finish. So it's not overly glossy. It has that same finish, just a deeper, richer look. Okay guys, so we applied the coating. It's been 10 to 12 hours of curing. And now is the time to apply a topper. So this is an organic, breathable topper. So this way you can send the vehicle out into the elements with no problem. It's going to add, of course, even more slickness and increase the gloss as well. Just give it that nice finish. But the cool part about this coating is that you have two optional toppers. So one is called APEX Surface Protection Rehydra Bead. So this is if you want a more beading type finish, so those water droplets. But if you live in an area where you're concerned about water spots, the one that I recommend is to have the APEX Surface Protection, the Rehydra Sheet. So this is more of a water sheeter, right? So the water is going to pool up and sheet off the panels extremely quickly. So what you do, pretty simple for Rehydra Sheet, in this case, shake the product well. You're going to take your first microfiber towel that's damp with water. So you just have to, of course, remove the water and wring it out. So just that it's damp with a bit of water. You're going to take your product and you're going to spray once into the towel. And this is enough to do this entire section here. It almost feels like you're not really applying anything on the surface. So it's really, really transparent. And then when you're done, you simply take a second clean and dry microfiber towel and just gently buff, and then you have this gorgeous, gorgeous finish that's not only glossy, but yeah, this is good. It's super slick to the touch. So I'm going to do the other side now. So basically, essentially, one spray per panel. If you have large panels like the hood, maybe you're going to do 2 applications. So there you go, into the damp towel. Very, very easy to work with. Just like the entire line of the APEX Surface Protection. Let me get my dry towel here. And effortless. So I know Brian really focused hard on the ease of use. So if you're in a professional shop setting, it's fantastic because there's no 24 hours of curing to wait, right? You're done applying the one layer of coating. 10 to 12 hours later, you come back. You apply your Rehydra Sheet or your Rehydra Bead, depending on what type of water hydrophobic properties you prefer. And then that's it, you're done. The vehicle can go drive off out into the elements. Just don't forget, the coating will continue curing for 14 days after application, so do not wash the vehicle or use any chemicals on the surface for those 14 days. And after that, it's just a matter of enjoying it. So yeah, that does it for the topper. And now let's see the final beauty shots. So guys, look at these end results. There is a gorgeous boost in gloss. The slickness is absolutely nuts. Great job by Brian at Apex Surface Protection. Great collaboration with Art of Shine to make this awesome product. So we coated everything from the paintwork to the headlights, taillights, all the plastic trim, of course the wheels. So now everything is going to be hydrophobic, protected against the sun's UVA, UVB, and infrared, and prevent oxidation, fading. Look at that gloss on that side panel. This is better than new. This is why you detail a brand new vehicle, to keep it looking mean and clean for years to come. I mean, look at this. Look at the reflection. Tremendous. Tremendous, tremendous. I can't say that enough. Again, look at that mirror shine, mirror effect. Wow. So look at this gloss. Look at that side reflection. You can see all the colors from the detailing products that are on the shelves. It looks stunning. So they're going to have 3 to 5 years of protection. Maintenance is going to be as easy as using a pH neutral, wax-free car shampoo. And then every 2 to 3 months after a maintenance wash, just reapply the Rehydra sheet or Rehydra bead by APEX Surface Protection. That way you're going to replenish and boost the performance. Going to add a bit more slickness. And of course, look at this. Look at that. So what do you guys think? Drop a comment in the comment section. Wow. So guys, as you could hopefully see, not only was the product easy to apply, same goes for the Rehydra sheet. So this is the topper. I mean, yeah, there's nothing easier. Let me put it that simply to you guys. It is super easy to work with. It was a breeze to apply. The results are absolutely stunning. Hopefully you were able to see on camera just how much gloss, depth, and pop we got out of this. My parents were absolutely blown away. I mean, they took delivery of their vehicle the day prior to me doing this. And so already it was brand new from the dealership, right? So although they thought it was as good as it gets, they were in for a surprise. This took it to that next level. The slickness as well. I think I was taken a little by surprise by that, because I always expect a bit of slickness from the coatings. It's normal, right? You're going to get an increase in slickness, but this, yeah, it's next level. By the way, the gloss, insane. Slickness is fantastic. We're going to be following this vehicle, of course, very closely over the coming months and the coming years. I want to see how it does in real time. So not on test panels, but on real daily driven vehicles to see how it does. But I have no reason to doubt the claims of the company. By the way, guys, for the ceramic coatings in the Apex Surface Protection line, maintenance is actually super easy. So what you can do every 4 to 5 months, if you have iron deposits or iron particles, use something like a Geon Restart Wash that has an integrated iron remover. So that's a gentle soap for coatings that's still powerful enough to remove that brake dust if you do have some. Every 2 to 3 months, you're gonna top or use a topper like the Rehydra sheet or Rehydra bead to keep those properties going and keep the coating at its utmost performance. And that's pretty much it. Use a pH neutral, wax-free car shampoo to maintain this during your maintenance washes. I know Brian told me he absolutely loves Koch Chemie or Koch Chemie, their GSF, so their gentle snow foam, which I also absolutely love. If you guys have seen my videos, so you can use it in your foam cannon as a pre-wash snow foam, and you can also use it in a wash bucket. So those are the kinds of high quality soaps that you'd want to use with this. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You apply it and you enjoy it. So again, guys, the metal oxide coating with the metal oxides and the SiO2 base. Great hydrophobic properties, the gloss, the slickness, the chemical resistance, the self-cleaning properties, making the vehicle a lot easier to wash, UVA, UVB, and infrared protection, and you should be getting a lot less water spots if you want. And of course, the toppers. The cool thing about these toppers, by the way, these are fully organic. There's no ceramic component or wax or stuff like that inside. This is fully organic and they're breathable. So why they're breathable? Well, Brian thought, along with Art-a-Shine, to let the coatings breathe for the first 14 days. It's key. So you do not wash your car during the first 14 days after the application of the coating, but it's going to let the coating breathe. And of course, oxygen, if it can breathe with the top layer, helps the coating to cure. So that's some pretty awesome stuff. On its own, these toppers, so the Rehydra bead and Rehydra sheet, can last 2 to 3 months on their own, although they're meant more to be used as toppers, of course, and not as much as standalones. So toppers on top, plus if you dilute these, I don't know if I showed you the Rehydra bead, by the way, let me show you the label of this. So although they can be used full strength, you're going to spray the Rehydra sheet on a damp towel, damp with water, spray one spray, do a full panel, buff with your second clean and dry towel. But you can dilute these 1-to-1 with water to use them as a quick detailer or drying aid. So to use as a drying aid, you'd spray this into your drying towel and not necessarily directly on the panel. So a bit different in the use. And you can dilute it up to 5-to-1 for interior use, so quick detailer for the interior. So multiple uses out of these bottles. I know Brian is very, very strong on, well, stretching the dollar that you're spending the most possible to get the most uses out of them. By the way, all of these products, once again, I'll leave the links in the description under the video if you guys want to check them out, but they ship worldwide. So regardless where you are around the world, you should be able to get your hands on these. And yeah, they're pretty awesome. I think they definitely get my thumbs up because they were created by a detailer, not only for detailers, but for car detailing enthusiasts as well. Again, if you want to become either a distributor or an installer of these products and receive certification, check out the links in the description, get into contact. Brian offers a lot of training, one-on-one discussions, get you prepped and ready to go if you run a shop, marketing tips, tools, and tricks as well to help you along to get some leads and some sales. So just some great support from a guy that stands behind his products. Once again, I want to remind you that the links to these products are going to be linked in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. I also want to give another shout out to Brian and the APEX Surface Protection team for sponsoring this video and making all of this possible. I wish you all the success in the world because you came out with a very stout lineup of products. And you guys know, if you've seen his videos, go check out his channel, Apex Detail on YouTube, to see more in-depth reviews and tutorials on his products and a bunch of other stuff as well. He is a hard worker, hard work pays off, and he came out with his own line of products. How awesome is that? He can be proud to have his logo now, which also is pretty cool. There's these matte labels on the bottles, and yeah, just look at that. I think it's clean, it's modern, it's great looking. Simple lineup, by the way. You can tell there's no 50 bottles behind here. They're all simple solutions, but they just work. So the performance is there and durability will tell, time will tell, but I have no reason to doubt Brian because I know he tested these very, very thoroughly. He ain't playing, as we say. So yeah, just some fantastic products, great collaboration too with Art-a-Shine. They know what they're doing. And yeah, so by the way, if you guys have tested any one of these, I want to know your feedback. He likes to read comments as well. So drop your comments in the comment section under the video. Share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, if there are especially people who have troubles with or issues with mineral deposits and water spotting issues, I think this lineup is appropriate for them. So I'll be looking forward to giving you some updates in the future about this. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.